It is estimated that it usually takes 2 months from the time a typical Congress authorizes an impeachment probe to the time Congress votes on impeachment. From the time they authorize the probe to the time they take a vote on impeachment, it usually lasts about 2 months. That means by February 15th, the impeachment probe would have been wrapped up and voted on. But there are several problems with that timetable for Republicans. Right now, Republicans have a 5-vote margin. Kevin McCarthy is out the door this morning. George Santos also gone, and Republican Bill Johnson from Ohio is resigning early next year. And none of these members will be replaced by the middle of February, when the impeachment vote would normally take place. And with those 3 guys gone, all it would take is 2 Republicans not to vote for impeachment. And then the story's over. They have the hearings in January. They have more hearings in February. They make their case. They vote on impeachment. The House rejects it. And then the story's over in February. The House failed to impeach. It's over. That's it. And it's only February. There's 9 more months to fill until the November election. 9 more months to distract from Donald Trump's 4 criminal trials. And even if the votes for impeachment split exactly down party lines and they vote to impeach, then it goes straight to the Senate, and then the story's over. There's absolutely no way for a conviction in a democratically controlled Senate. I doubt Chuck Schumer would even dignify it and hold the trial. I doubt he would even have a trial. So that scenario of a vote by mid-February is unlikely because, as I just said, the Hunter Biden story, the Joe Biden story, the corruption, it ends immediately. No more beating up on Hunter. No more railing against this imaginary Biden crime family. The more likely scenario is Republicans treat the Biden impeachment the same way they treat immigration and abortion. Make it a permanent fixture. Keep it around as a cudgel to use against the Democrats and Joe Biden. If you vote to impeach too soon, the story disappears. But if you drag it on, issuing contempt citations against the Biden crime family, accusing the Biden administration of stonewalling, this could go all the way into the general election, into November, because this isn't really about removing a sitting president. This is about weakening a sitting president so Donald Trump can win in November. Like I said on yesterday's show, Republicans have immigration, they have abortion, and the Biden crime family. Those are the 3 stalking horses they need. They need to keep those 3 stalking horses alive until Election Day. Republicans approved an official impeachment probe without being able to explain what exactly they're probing. There is no evidence that Hunter Biden earned any money illegally. There is no evidence that he broke any laws by giving any money to Joe Biden. Republicans have turned the impeachment probe into the independent counsel's office looking into Bill Clinton. Most of you are too young to know about this, but during Clinton's time in office, the independent counsel began looking into a land deal called Whitewater. It was suspected that as governor of Arkansas, Bill and Hillary got themselves involved with a shady bank that loaned them money to purchase property in such a nefarious way that they could benefit from the government bailing out savings and loans when this savings and loan went bankrupt. There was one independent counsel. He couldn't find anything. He left. And then Kenneth Starr took over the investigation. And he, too, to Kenneth Starr's credit, he said, I got nothing. But Starr, not to his credit, had to find something because he was part of the vast right-wing conspiracy to destroy the Clintons. Find something. So, this is what happened. Ken Starr created a sting operation to create a crime to prosecute Bill Clinton for. They created a crime. They couldn't find anything on Bill Clinton, so they created a sting operation, and they got him lying under oath. Now, Bill Clinton was the president of the United States, and he was forced to testify in a civil lawsuit filed by Paula Jones, who claimed then-Governor Bill Clinton sexually harassed her. The Supreme Court, interestingly enough, ruled that sitting presidents can be sued in a civil court. So President Bill Clinton, president of the United States, was about to be deposed when Ken Starr, who's about to be deposed in the Paula Jones sexual harassment lawsuit, and Ken Starr discovered from Linda Tripp that Monica Lewinsky, a former intern inside Bill Clinton's Oval Office, had carried on a relationship with the president inside the Oval Office. Ah, said Ken Starr. He called up the lawyers in the Paula Jones case, because they all were part of the same vast right-wing conspiracy that they made. Hillary Clinton went on the Today Show and said there's a vast right-wing conspiracy out to get us. And the same people who were funding the Paula Jones sexual harassment suit just happened to be the same people who knew Ken Starr. Brett Kavanaugh worked for Ken Starr back then. So Ken Starr calls up the attorneys for Paula Jones and says, hey, you're deposing Bill Clinton. Ask him who Monica Lewinsky is and ask him if he ever had sexual relationships with Monica Lewinsky. And Ken Starr knew that Bill Clinton would perjure himself, which he did. Clinton, under oath, said he didn't have sex with Monica Lewinsky. And that was it. They couldn't find a crime. They caught him by creating a crime, sting operation. Ken Starr invented a crime. They caught Bill Clinton lying under oath. They had to find something. There was no crime. Bill Clinton lied about oral sex. And in his mind, he didn't believe oral sex was sex. That was his definition. And I know a lot of married road comics turned to their wives and said, see, honey, Bill Clinton says it's not sex. I didn't cheat on you. And this is exactly what the Biden impeachment probe is turning out to be. Just an open-ended, nonstop investigation where Mike Johnson, the speaker, says, we'll just see where the evidence takes us. I've never heard of such a thing when it comes to an impeachment probe, where Congress, with all that's going on, the Speaker of the House gets an official impeachment probe by saying, we'll just see where the evidence takes us. That's not how impeachment probes work, Mr. Constitutional Scholar. To refresh your memory, Mike Johnson, Donald Trump's 2021 impeachment probe was authorized after he committed the crime of instigating an insurrection. When the impeachment probe was authorized, they knew exactly what they were looking for. They weren't going to find out where the evidence took them. We all knew why there was an impeachment probe and why there was an impeachment. Trump's first impeachment, that first impeachment probe, was authorized by a full vote of the House in late 2019 after several whistleblowers stepped forward charging Trump with holding up the delivery of an arms shipment to Ukraine, an arms shipment that was authorized by Congress. He said, I'm not going to send this to you, Mr. Zelensky, until you help Rudy Giuliani find dirt on Hunter Biden. Once Congress knew the specifics of the crime, once they knew what they were looking for, Then they authorize an impeachment probe. Even the Clinton impeachment probe began after Ken Starr established that Clinton perjured himself in the Paula Jones deposition, and then, of course, the cover-up. What the Republicans did this week is essentially establish an ongoing standing committee on impeachment with the powers to subpoena whoever they want and go wherever the evidence takes them. In other words, for the first time in American history, we have a permanent impeachment probe in search of a crime. We don't have a crime yet, but like Ken Starr, the independent counsel will just keep holding hearings so enough voters will think there is a crime. Well, when would this impeachment probe end? It doesn't. At least not by February, when normally these impeachment probes would end. No, and it's certainly not going to end by November. It's going to keep going until Trump wins or the Republicans lose the House. If Biden is reelected, Republicans keep the House, we will essentially have a permanent select impeachment committee conducting nonstop hearings, going wherever the evidence takes them.